Okay. Yo, Yane. This is very dark. Let me move. If I can move to here, yeah, better. Good morning. This is the power of healing with Utabi. Good morning, good morning. Yeah. Ish, guys. All right. So I received bad news yesterday, kind of sad news, not really bad, but sad news. My best friend's mom passed on yesterday, or actually she passed on Tuesday. Uh, I grew up with my best friend, but she left us in 2022, no March. So her mom finally gave in on Tuesday after being sick for a long time. So all I can say is, "Ha moya wa gago robale ka kgotso, mama. You taught us well." Not only were we friends, but we were spiritual friends as well. So yeah, I think she knew me better than anyone else. Yeah, so that is all I can say, guys. Before I start with the questions and answers, guys, I just want to say this. You cannot modify Istrunya. You cannot even modify Idlus. Yeah? Cannot modify Istrunya. You definitely cannot modify Idlozi into something that you want. You cannot modify Istrunya into something that you think ukuthi fanele sisebenze kanje singasebenzi kanje. You cannot choose that ancestor that you want present in your life. I hear a lot of times when people pray, they say, aba nithini konje? Abahlambulukile. Yethi sifuna abahlambulukile kodwa nalabo abangahlambulukile bayakudinga ukukhanya. Sometimes a lot of us are here to fix. Sifixela wonke umuntu, as I always say. So you cannot modify those things to be the way you want them to be or the way you find sebenze ngakhona. You cannot even modernize them. If uthwele amakhehla nezalikazi zakudala, that's standard, that's it. You cannot modify them into today's things and what is happening today. They instruct you ngendlela bak-instructa ngayo yakudala, the way they knew how. So you cannot modify it. The question of today is do ancestors get, or spirit guides get jealous? Yes. Do ancestors or guides make mistakes? Not necessarily. However, depending on what ancestors you have, guys, we have abantu, we have amadlozi ahlukene, we have ithunywa, we have amathonga, we have idlozi, we have a lot of spirits surrounding us. At that moment when things don't go well, it doesn't mean necessarily that they're making a mistake. Corner law, because you remember you've got your chief spirits, you've got the spirit guides, ne? Which in most cases your spirit guides would be certain elements like either for abasemanzini or kanjani. So uthole ukuthi kunaloku xabana, guys, until I want to say this, kukhona within ancestors sometimes ukungazwani kahle. Okay, sizalwa abantu bakaboma, sizalwa, we've got your paternal and your maternal side, right? Kenzeka ngesinye isikhathi kube khona this jealousy between both these parties. Reason being, they come from different lineages and backgrounds, right? And what we do, Tina, is to make them meet common ground, right? So in a lot of cases, the jealousy that happens there, sometimes they're jealous because, let's say, for instance, you go and you get married. So, a third party involved in this, which is now your matrimonial, right? And then uthole ukuthi manje kuyaqala ke kube na this khwela, because even nalaba, they see you now as your child. Bafuna izinto zabo, bayabona ukuthi okay, this child olethwele ekhaya uza nokukhanya okuthize, which nathi sifuna uku-rest in peace, guys. There is no rest in peace for idlozi elingahlambulukanga or amathanga angalungiselwanga. We always say this. Okay, now I want to say this, guys. It's tunya, and I'm referring back to what I said earlier with regards to my friend. It's tunya, guys, siyabulala, or isithunywa siyalimaza if you're not careful. Ayikho into ebuhlungu njengesithunywa esikhalayo. Isithunywa siyamlimaza umuntu. Isithunywa will make you suffer, guys. That's standard. That's why I said awazi ukusmodify into what you want. Isithunywa siyakwazi ukukuphuzisa ungaphinde uphume otshwaleni if unganaki. You cannot start something and not finish it. If you went through the journey of isithunywa, you must be careful what you do and what you do with isithunywa. Because isithunywa siyakwazi ukukufaka entweni usale ungasiyilutho. If you do not follow ngendlela right, if you do not do what is mandated of you. Uyakwazi ukungena kunabantu who had, uyakwazi ukungena endleleni wrong. Ungene uthi ungena wena uboshwe uhambe uyohlala ejele because isithunywa sakho besesidiniwe. I say to a lot of people, simele izinto ezihlukene singabantu sinje, asimelanga into eyifana, simele izinto ezihlukene nezizathu ezihlukile, right? The gifts that we have were given for a reason, not for us just to have gifts. That's it. They were given for a reason. Siyamlimaza umuntu isithunywa, guys. My friend's mom, I'm just going to share, was very spiritually gifted, and sometimes sibonisa abantu ekungasiyibona into esinazo. Okay, simenzile wasafari. I don't want to lie to you guys. Simsafarisile a lot within from 2021 until now. My friend had isithunywa as well. When ukhetha into zezwe, sometimes, guys, unesithunywa. There's izinto ezingahlali emzimbeni wakho noma izinto ezingadingekile emzimbeni wakho. We need to be careful. But what I'm trying to say to you is that isithunywa siyakulimaza. Idlozi liyakwazi ukukulimaza likugulisa ungaphinde uhambe. Abekho abantu abapatient. Thokoza Lerato. Abekho, is it Lerato? Yeah. Abekho abantu abakwazi ukukunika izintambende so you can hang yourself. Njengedlozi nesithunywa. You know, you get that grace, right? Where you do as you please. Bakunikeza that opportunity for you to do as you please. Because at first, when they started guiding you, you must understand that they are starting to guide you now. You do as you please. At the end of the day, kuzothi uthakathiwe. And now we're going to start blaming people. Guys, we speak about weapons zemimoya. We speak about weapons ikhali esiyibona ngamehlo, which is your guns and everything else. But there's two weapons that we don't talk about. Thina bantu. And those are the weapons that we have and we use against ourselves. This thing, Nale, your heart and your mouth. Those are the weapons formed by you against you. They kill you. We gift. But if this parting alunganga, the gift is not going to help you in any way. We gift. But if your heart is not okay, guys, gift is not going to help you. Uyayiphiwa gift, but if your mouth, sorry, ayikwazi ukwakha, the gift is pointless. If your mouth ayikwazi ukukhuluma impilo phezu kwempilo yomunye umuntu, you cannot speak life in somebody else's life, ayizukukenzela next gift. Your biggest enemy that you have is your mouth and your heart. Ungayiphiwa zonke, but your biggest enemy. Yes, bakhona abathakathi. We can speak about abathakathi ilanga lishone. We can speak about fake friends and everything else. But, a big but, it starts from when. This thing and this thing, how do you use those tools? So, all I can say to you, idlozi is true. It does give you a chance to mend your ways. Guys, abantu abathakathayo abavelanga basukeleka in one day, bathakatha. Abantu abayenza izinto ezibuhlungu abazange basukeleke in one day nje umuntu avela yenza izinto lezo. Before I get to questions, guys, I want to say also, let us try by all means to teach our kids. You haven't seen flames. You haven't really seen flames of life until you die and leave your kids young. Then you're going to see flames, because labantwana, they are going to experience harsh things in life. So when we talk about the challenges and the struggles, we must also understand that what we teach our kids determines which bona bazoba kuphi kulezi zinto thina sisizazi. You haven't really seen flames until you leave your kids. We have abantu these days who are so greedy in terms of bafuna amafa. That we should talk about. Families who are destroying kids because of amafa, guys. Sawubona. Families who are destroying kids because of indlu. Kunemizi evalwayo these days just because of a family member. Iy'ngane faneke zime sesitradeni. We need to teach our kids. There are kids who are struggling because they have to now fix izinto ey'shiya abazali. Abazali knew very well that things should have been sorted out. Abantu, they know the truth, and then umuntu decide ukuthi hayi mina mase ngifile vele ayikho into engizoyenza. Uyazi mos ukuthi khona ozosafara ngaleyo nto. That's also selfish. You know very well khona ozosafara ngaleyo nto leyo. That when you are avoiding and not wanting to complete. Kunabantu who are denying their gifts, knowing very well ukuthi le nto izobahlupha abantwana. Because if le nto ikhona, it's going to descend to someone. Fanele ihlale somewhere. Kunabantu who are ignorant, trying to ignore things. Nisitshele the way amadlozi nabantu abangasekho bangekho khona. You know very well mos ukuthi mayingakuhluphi wena, it's fine. But all I can say is that you haven't seen flames of life until you leave your kids. Abantwana, khona abantwana bakhula kabuhlungu. Khona abantwana bakhula kabuhlungu. Come in. Come in. Is it locked? Ngicela ngibambele kancane.
Hi, I'm online. Love to step out. That's why they check.
Okay.
Yeah, but look at the
You wait for me. All right. Let me quickly finish. You're right. Oh, 7 o'clock.
Mumsy.
All right.
Mumsy.
I'll attend to you now. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. Let me get to question and answers. I have to be somewhere. But I wanted to get to questions and answers. But we really need to be careful of who we leave our kids with. A movie, guys. Not now. It's getting out of hand. It's sad. I'm sad. I'm sad because isn't this bona? Isn't this the kids that we meet that umntana akutshela story and you feel like doesn't your heart is broken because lo mntwana lo had no choice in life. Yeah, kids are experiencing, guys, out there. We singasho yonke into esifuna ukuyisho when we see abantu turning to drugs and depression and everything else. People are gay. Life is harsh out there. So all I can say, Mina, is that yes, they do get jealous, and sometimes within the get jealousy now, when esumuntu you have to say, yabona mina sengikwenze konke. You know, when you get to those times when you see now good things are not going well and zibanjwa izinto ezincane, and when you've completed what you were supposed to complete or you've done what you were supposed to do, you start you bayathethiswa, guys, labantu. Let's not singadlali nani. Uyabathethisa ubatshela ukuthi mina I've done my part. I've done everything that you have instructed, provided you've done everything that you were instructed in. I've done everything that I was instructed in. So angazi yini seyibambile manje. You tell them the truth. That's why we say stop man, stopani ukuzama ukuthi yazi, hey man, yazi mina ke hey, bayathethiswa labantu if needs be, because you'll not go anywhere, or you will not get you anywhere. There are times when we have to say mina ngidlalile indima yami, I've done 1 2 3 enicelile nina noma eningibonisile yona nina, manje lokho sokwenzeka manje angikwazi. Sometimes you do things, guys, you think you are doing the correct things kanti awenzi kahle, because when you are doing them according to what people have been telling you, not what needs to be done. Abanye abantu babanjwe ukuthi they follow generic things that other people say you must do, only to find that your journey does not require that. So it's void when you're going to do into not according to what they want, but according to what you want. That thing is sometimes it's void, and then we have to start afresh. Right? And sometimes you get that you are doing is into expensive things only to find your solution is very cheap. Togoza Anthony. So yeah. It's you get that your solutions or your resolutions are very, very, very man, the cheap. And when you went and did into nomuntu okufune 50,000, I had a story of 50,000 izolo ngicishe ngashona. When I had the story of somebody wanting things, he was charged 50,000 only to find that those things are not happening anymore. 50,000 is gone. Because you needed izinto ezincane, and wena uyithathe generic because abantu bathi yenziwa kanje. People say fanele ukuhlaba inkomo kanti wena bekungadingeke nenkomo. We need really to understand these things. Yes, they get jealous. Uyabathethisa ubatshela ukuthi sengenze, mawenzile sengenze konke. Futhi noma uzokhuluma nabo, there's a matter of language that you talk about. Esikhuluma ngayo, you don't just keep neyinhlamba nje. In a very respectable way, you approach ukuthi sengenzile mina. Kodwa ke engifuna ukukusho kwesithunywa, guys, engifuna ukukusho ngizongena kuma questions. Isithunywa ke naso isithunywa siyakwazi ukukhala, and isithunywa needs attention, and isithunywa needs your attention, and isithunywa becomes very jealous of certain things that we engage in engafuneki emzimbeni wakho. Siyakwenza nje ngoba sikwenza, kodwa siyazi ukuthi le ayidingeki. Isithunywa sama siyisebenzisi le uyenze ugule. We know very well. I can give you stories for years. Uyenze ugule, and then you're like, okay, konje. You understand? Because what we are trying to do also is to balance life, the spiritual journey and the physical life that we in. But at the end of the day, you know very well ukuthi le ayingeni. Mabathe kuba ingeni inyama yengulube, ngisho noma sithandwa sami ungazo uzama ukuthi it's just for 5 minutes. Mabathi ayingeni. Let me get 2 questions. And also, so the second question was, do ancestors, what was the second question? Do ancestors, Lento, make mistakes? They overlook at things sometimes. They overlook at things. Uthola ukuthi into yenzeke ngokuphazama kweso, uthola ukuthi, but what I know is that in most cases you get that esingishilo ngathi unabantu abaningi who are guiding you. Uthola ukuthi nangulo ofuna naye ukuziveza. That is why it's very important that we know and we align with our chief spirits, so that, or our spirit guides, so that noma laba bavela bafuna ukuyiveza ke labeni basho ukuthi bamnyama ukwazi ukubanqoba. And also I want to say this, guys. Idlozi lakho malingavuki noma kuphi, isithunywa sakho masingavuki noma kuphi noma kanjani, you need to be able to control it. Angabe ukuthi wena everywhere you go ufuna abangaveli baphakame everywhere. Khona izinto ezizoma ngeke zisebenzeke. If bazophakama everywhere, let me get 2 questions. I feel like ama questions aba maningi now. Let's see if I can get there. All right. Okay. Yeah, Joe. All right, let's see. Thokoza kokampo. Okay, so she says that okay, sorry, Mr. K, I'm sorry about that. He says that the father denied him, okay, but then he did imbeleko. He's getting dreams of both the maternal and the paternal side, but uyenzile imbeleko komalume. Now the thing is, now it depends on if your father denied you, uyenzile imbeleko komalume ngendlela efanelekile or ngendlela right, that is done esayidini lakaboma. Now you need to go back to them. Hamba uphahla baba, hamba entabeni uyophahla ubathethisa, scream if you have to, ubathethisa ukuthi ngenzile ke mina. If ningangibonisi clarity ukuthi ikuphi okushodile noma ikuphi ekufanele kwenzeke ukuthi land, because imbeleko niyivezile, imbeleko ngayenza, yikuphi okunye engingazange ngikwenze ngendlela efanelekile. Bayathethiswa sithandwa sami, bayathethiswa ngoba sizohlaba singaqedi, only to find ukuthi nawe awusazi. Sometimes, guys, when uyahlaba kanti indaba kusekuhlaba, let me say this, sometimes uyahlaba ama-cultures are different. I know there are some rituals that are done eSwatini where umntwana akahlatshelwa, kodwa some of the Swatis akahlatshelwa kodwa ufaka these beads, a bracelet of beads. So imbeleko nayo iyahluka according to culture. Ama-cultures wethu ayifani. So that's hence I'm saying, don't do generic things that other people do. Find out ukuthi wena ekhaya kini yenziwa kanjani into, because you get that you've done it, but mhlembe uwenze ngendlela or indlela oyibike ngayo umsebenzi. Angithi before sizoyenza umsebenzi siyawubika ukuthi ngizoyenza umsebenzi onje, ngicela ningibonise ukukhanya mangabe ngiyenza ngendlela efanelekile ngoba noma ngendlela right. So you need to go back to them and say, I need to know. That's why, guys, I say, mawenza into namhlanje, you need to get validations namhlanje. Hayi lento yakuthi sothatha 2 months. Mina, when I do something today, I want to get validations of what I'm prepared. Mang prepare, I need to get validations ukuthi iyazwakala yini ukuthi yenziwa manje. You need validations at the same time. Ungahlali 5 years uthi ngayenza into so only to find it was void. Okay, let's get to the second question. I'm just rushing to this. I have to mediate something kwenye ndawo today. I mean, can ancestors block you from getting married? Plans always fall to a partner they have already approved. Okay, so can they be jealous of you getting married? Yes. So what happens is that we give too much attention to and this is very funny, and I'm laughing because I've experienced it myself. So you told ukuthi bakunikeza umuntu bona, bakunikeza umuntu, and for some reason, hence I saying we work with amathonga and then we work with isithunywa, right? And for some reason now you can tell ukuthi khona into engahambi kahle la, because now you are, that's why we say we speak about ukukhunga. So you need to khunga your partner as well before the relationship gets ngathini, gets serious. Umuntu uyamkhunga. Why sikhunga? So that they understand that you're not here to invade their space, but also to be a friend, sort of like a support structure. So sometimes you get that you azange sikwenze lokho. Angithi mangabe umuntu sisaqala ukuzwana siyamkhunga, mangabe umlobola uyabalobola nabo, because uhamba nabo angithi. So uyabalobola nabo. Now what happens when they block you? It's not really that they're blocking you. What they're trying to do is also test you. Do you still remember that we are in control here? Lo muntu wakho, yes, you uyamthanda. And sometimes we confuse this thing. That's why I made a video about what the spiritual relationship is all about, or umuntu okhethelwe is all about. We misunderstand it with love than responsibility. The spiritual connection is totally for if bakulethele bona umuntu, there are reasons behind why bamlethile. So it's not about really the love, but responsibilities and certain things that need ukuthi zenze njani zicompletwe. Either from you, sometimes they bring you that partner not only for them to be your partner, but when uzomkhulisa or uzokhulisa wena, or the certain things that they need completed, because we all have destinies that are written. Uthola ukuthi bamletha so that they can be a fulfillment of destiny. Sometimes bamlethela ukuthi fanele kube nomntwana ozozalwa who's going to be something. You understand? So Tina, we look at it in terms of a romance side of it, but there's more to it as well. Okay, let's go to Ulirado. Okay, it's so true, Coco. Our parents left us with a baggage and we cannot repeat the same mistakes with our kids. Whether monetary or spiritual, we have to break the chain. Nana, you have to. Hey, guys, I've been heartbroken this week. Isn't you, man? It's not nice. So we really need to teach our kids. Teach your kids about spirituality, guys. Teach your kids about tradition, but mostly, guys, teach your kids ukuyimela. Teach your kids to be useful to themselves. Hey, kubuhlungu man, hey kubuhlungu masobona izingane ezikhishwa imndeni omalume laba abafuna imizi yabo sisi wabo, ungazi ukuthi yazi guys, we help ekhaya. You have siblings, banishiya abazalini bancane, uthathe njengosisi omdala, uthathe ubakhulise labantu laba yibo agcineni abafuna ukuthengisa umuzi weingane zakho. It's sad. It's very sad. Hey, Mkhulu, can we have amakhosi amanzi and aphezulu at the same time? Yes, that's true. You can. Siphiwe ngokuhlukana, guys. You can have multiple gifts. And I say, in this journey, you grow. You need to. Kunabantu who never knew they have isithunywa bahamba bayothatha ubungoma and then baphakama isithunywa. Kunabantu who knew, like, kunabantu that started with isithunywa and then kuphakame okunye makuhamba isikhathi. You get that uzazi wena ukuthi bengumprofit and you grow. As I always say, mawenza izinto according to what you're supposed to do and ukhula nawe and being properly spiritually inclined, you are going. Remember, these are gifts. So as you do, as they are happy or with what you are doing. And when we speak about amakhosamans and all of that, remember that we're also speaking about the elements that you might have. I said, mina guys, gabala. There are chief spirits, there are ancestral spirits, there are spirit guides, there's your guidance, there's elements that we have which now which comes from nature itself. So gaba. You won't have if we say you've got your paternal and your maternal, you only have ancestors. There's also a lot of things that are involved within your gift. So ungaba namakhosi aphezulu, ube namakhosi aphansi, ube namakhosi asemanzini, depending on how gifted you are. But one thing that I can tell you, ayikho neyonto into ozoyivala ngamagobongo. Asinganikhohlisi. I hate people saying idlozi ulivala ngamagobolo. Uma unedlozi unedlozi. Lifuna nje ukulungisela. Nizozidla lezi zinto zogcina zinilimaza. Ngoba okokuqala nje khona ezingadliwa kwezinye izinto. Uthola ukuthi wena uphiwa isiphiwo samanzi udla amagobongo. Nizolimala nje. So you must be careful of izinto ozifeedayo. As I say, kunezinto ezingangeni emzimbeni yethu eyithize. Uyenze uyidle lento ikuvale lento. You must be careful who you trust with your gift. Nizothi amadlozane jealous kanti sometimes nabantu esihamba nabo nabantu esihamba kubo. Because guys, everything in life is a gift, whether good or bad. Everything is a gift. It becomes a gift. Because yonke into icontrolwa ile, your heart. Your heart. So it becomes a gift. Awuzukuba yihila kodwa ungakwazi ukukhuluma amazwi amahle ebantwini. You cannot be a healer and inflict fear. You cannot be a healer and inflict pain. You cannot be a healer and be able to stand somebody's tears. We heal which side when? So kunezinto, guys, that we need to be mindful and careful of. As hence I always say also, be careful and mindful of what you say to other people when it comes to curses. Awazi amandla nawo your curses. Uthuka umuntu uyazi wena ukuthi ungashayiswa imoto imshaye ngempela imoto, you've killed someone with your mouth. In anger we say wrong things. When we are angry, we say wrong things. Ezizobulala ingane zabanye abantu. So hence I said, guys, it is not always that you would get that your ancestors made a mistake, but kunale lo ofike waba wrong at that moment when something happened. And sometimes not to actually punish you in a way, but also to give you lessons. There was a video that I made about the test that we get, and I mentioned the test that we get from ancestors, and one of them was a relationship. Ayikho itest abakwazi ukuyuza njengothando because uthando lishaya straight enhlizweni. So that's when you'll see how weak or strong you are. I won't share the story, but yeah, they know how to use the relationship to either break you or make you. So it's totally up to you. Yes, izoshaya guys. Ziyakhala. No, ukhala zona ziyakhala kuningi nje. But at the end of the day, zikhala babe bakubonisa ama reasons. You understand? And within those lessons, or within those trials, or zikhala kanjalo, you need to learn something. It's either you learn about you or you learn about the other person. But at the end of the day, and you fix. And sometimes, in some cases, yabachika futhi ukuthi no, yabathethisa ukuthi no, you cannot. You cannot be sending me from pillar to post all the time. At some point, because I've done what I'm supposed to do. I've dedicated to my life or to this thing that you have given me. Yini okunye ongayenzi? I always say to my clients, mangabe bona bangenzwa ngiyamaza uJehova ufanele ngiyokhuleka kuye. Mangabe bona bangakafuni ukungizwa uJehova fanele intervene, because as much they are also, guys, we don't worship them as much. So nabo kukhona lapha abakhosela khona. There's this there's this higher authority. So let us understand. And always, guys, always understand this. All these things that we have, no matter how much you want to dispute and dismiss them, they are interlinked. Yabona zonke lezi zinto ezikhona, they are interlinked. Whether you want to ufuna ukuzidabula phakathi and ulwisane nazo ukuthi le ayikho le okusalayo, the fact that there's millions and millions of people who understand and believe in it, that means it is there. Stop dismissing and when. Stop ukulwa nawe. Sometimes you have to stop fighting with yourself because a lot of people are fighting with themselves and they're not even aware ukuthi le mpilo lena kahle kahle yimi engilwa nami. Sometimes it's not about the ancestors and sometimes thina nokungafuni ukulalela and what we want at the time that we want it. I said some few months ago, I said ancestors, spirit guides, your chief spirits cannot cannot be manipulated into what you want when at that moment that you want it. You cannot manipulate them into your own motives. The only way ke uzoba manipulate ngayo is when uzoqala ukuthakatha. The only way uzokwazi ukumanipulate izinto is when uzoqala ukuthwala, but mind uma bakulahla nasekuthwaleni kwakhona usenkingeni. Uzothi uyathwala ngesinye isikhathi lelo gazi olithatha kanti uthathedla endlini wrong igazi uhambe wayothwala ngomuntu wrong zikushaya izinto. Kunabantu abangaboni namhlanje when lo muntu at birth lo muntu bebone right. Now lamandla self made aneyinkinga phakathi. Can ancestors chase away? If so, what are some of the reasons? Because they were informed about the union and they approved it. Can they chase if you get that you're okay? So this question is, can they chase the spouse away? If so, what would be the reasons for them to chase them away if you went in wrong? Remember that now you take somebody, right? Yeah, let's say you take that person, the union was approved, things were right, done correctly. When this person gets into this home, I spoke about this weeks ago. Afika afuna ukutshintsha umthetho wakule khaya, afika ukuba afuna ukuzo-applya izinto ezenziwa kubo kuleli khaya. Kuleli khaya kunama the ancestors zakhona who did things in this certain manner. Sometimes people come into this home. This was a traditional home where customs and tradition was performed. Ufuna ukuyichange into this religious home now, into this Christian home. Bayamxosha ke bamkhipha. Futhi lo ushesha hambe. You found those people kunomsamo. When you figure the first thing also uzothinta umsamo uzodelela emsamo. Hence I spoke about the umsamo, which is a platform, and sometimes the disadvantages of having it. But I remember that bona they go beyond what we know. They go beyond what we see. You cannot pretend with ancestors. You cannot pretend to be something you're not. You can pretend to the physical being for that period of time, but bona mabayibona manje uyaphuma. Umuntu bekunamakhehla ekhaya bekune nduku kamkhulu ehlale khona enathatha induku kamkhulu ngoba wayisingayifaki odrobhini wayisingayifaki egarage lapho esistora khona izinto. All of a sudden izinto zabantu abadala siziya ku storage. That's why bazomkhipha. All right, to get your Antoine, I'm trying to get your question. So, all right. I think this is your secret. Basically, it's not something you can. It's basically your own thing. But let me see. So, it is that's abaphathi bamanzi labo. I'm not going to read your question, right? Abaphathi bamanzi labo. What you are seeing, it's actually them bringing themselves into your space now, your home, because clearly with dreams you really don't understand what they're trying to say. Clearly with the dreams that you're having, you're not understanding. So sometimes there was a video that I said and I made and I said kenzeka amanzi wabone endlini ulwandle ulubone endlini yakho ngamehlo enyama ubone ukuthi khona amanzi azayo, or sometimes they show you in terms of a vision, they show you in terms. But when you start seeing those things, it's very urgent that you act on it. It's very urgent that you give it attention. Sekuyaphuthuma when Anton, when you see such things now, manje, happening right in front of your eyes, that means sekuyaphuthuma. There are instances where, guys, you see things that other people don't see, and it is them saying, it's now agent, we need your agent attention, because clearly we come to you in dreams, we come to you through messages of whoever that you consult with, but clearly you're really not understanding us. So sizozela thina qobo kuwe, we will make you go kulawo manzi lawo wasabayo. So it's I believe that what you wrote to me just now is part of that. They are saying, yabona manje thina sizolanda wena. I remember the first time what happened was, for me to really take a step and go, the first time Nyotata Mandle Manzini, was because I saw Ulwandle on top of my bed, and I was like, Ulwandle lolo engilibonayo. I saw it phezu kwami ngiphakathi, kodwa I was awake. But that's when I decided to imagine it's getting rough, because now bawaletha straight game. Sometimes bawaletha straight endlini yakho wabona amanzi ngempela. Whatever that you do kugcwala amanzi nje, whatever that you do kugcwala amanzi endlini. Sometimes amanzi azoba umfula endlini. You must also understand, when you are going to do some things, spiritual things or rituals, there are certain times when usathi uzoyenza into, let's say uzoyenza into weekend, at that moment ungazi nokuthi kwenzakaleni kugcwala amanzi endlini, it's a message as well. So we really need to, there's certain things that become a message and sign from them of a validation of what's coming or what you are about to do. Because that is why I always say, when you're about to do something, when you're about to embark on something, tell them, so that you get confirmations and validations. Ukuthi lento engiyenzayo, is it good? Is it progressive? You don't want to do izinto ezivoid. Guys, I need to go and help this family. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that if you still have questions, regarding this, we can speak about them. But in terms of a spouse, or chasing them away, khona izinto azenzile ezirong. Abantu baya off ramp, guys. People off ramp. People I off ramp to do their own things. Umuntu utaphiwe umuntu, or umuntu bamphile umuntu, and then they off ramp to try and use their own strength now into this relationship. It's supposed to have challenges. It's supposed to have what conflicts. It's two different and separate people here. Especially if both of you are spiritually gifted, it's supposed to have those challenges. It's supposed to be that, because siyakulisana. How are we going to kula if we don't have certain challenges, if we don't have certain miscommunication in terms of something? Because then we sit down and then we fix. Then we sit down and then we communicate. It's okay, yabona la ihambe wrong. Let us try to fix it. We are building here, and they did not say build what has already been built, because that means, because sometimes you get whatever that has been built is not working out. So what they do is that you build something new. You give this, especially in terms of a relationship, bringing you as a woman into this house. They're trying to give it a different foundation, or they're trying to bring, guys, there are sometimes families, ne? How do other families succeed in life? I told you this family was suffering for a long time, and then this guy from this house ahamba ayothatha intombazane yalapha, and things start to open up. Lo mntwana uze nenhlanhla yakhe. Angithi lo muntu makamshada lo uze nabakubo, or okay, ugani uze nabakubo. Uthola ukuthi this her spiritual guides and ancestors are strong, so angene ngapha kulunge yonke into. Sometimes, guys, that is why I always say umuntu ngabantu, we are connected in some way, and sometimes you get that you just have to use somebody else's luck, if I should say luck, but somebody's light can actually help you out. I'm not saying you get that when you don't have a light. We all have a light, but somebody else's light shines brighter than yours. So when ancestors bring that person into your life, they know what you are lacking, and they know what that person is lacking. So it's a balance. Sometimes amanye amakhaya akhuliswa ingane zangaphandle. Let me just say that. Amanye amakhaya akhuliswa ingane eziza ngumshado. amanye amakhala akhuliswa yingane ezise through adoption, spiritual adoption. So that's why you need to be mindful of who you treat bad and who you treat ngendlela so, because you don't know. There is no coincidence in life. There's no coincidence. I just happened to meet guys. But once bamkhipha futhi lo muntu lo, there are reasons. Very strong reasons. If nakhona kukuthi there is nothing wrong, you go back and you say, no ways, no how. I cannot be jumping up, dating this, dating. At some point, guys, we cannot be dating 50 people. At some point now you have to say, okay, manje yabona ke manje nani ke ai. Mina I do say that. I say sengicabana nani manje sengicabana nani. Because manje nina nifuna ukungithatha ningenza into engasikiyo. Okay. I think Sthando Sami, if you asking if inkanyamba can make you have an accident, it depends. Ukuthi inkanyamba eze kanjani kuyo. How did you get the gift of inkanyamba? Because kunezinto we have to understand ukuthi their ancestral lento. Martin, I won't say it's a case. So if you get good inkanyamba, it was inherited, because some of the water spirits that we have were inherited through our great grandparents or whatever. We need to look ukuthi beyisebenzisa ngendlela enjani yena, because sometimes we don't want, if it instructs you to do certain rituals and they are against your spiritual lento. Spiritually, you are against it. That means it was something wrong. So we need to look ukuthi uyithole kanjani that element, because inkanyamba, it's very tricky with inkanyamba, guys. Inkanyamba can ingagenza I said one disadvantage about it, uyakwazi ukuthwala. Abantu abaningi, they fell into the trap of ukuthwala ngendaba ukuthi they have element enkanyamba, they did not understand how to use it properly. So it's one of those spirits that carries a lot of business gift, or it carries that business energy. So if ungayazi ukuthi iza kanjani kuwe or ize ngaziphi indlela, you are going to fall into izinto ezirong ngayo. So I would suggest that you go check ukuthi lesihlabelo esifunekayo sifuneka ngaziphi indlela before you initiate that. You understand? It can cause that accident. I won't lie to you. It can cause accident. It can cause blindness. But also, you don't want to engage into something that will sell your soul. All right. Okay. I think we need to look ukuthi umkhulu beyisebenzisa kanjani. Let's look ukuthi umkhulu beyisebenzisa kanjani. You don't want that element of inkanyamba kanti iza ngendlela ezirong, because some people used it for ukuthwala. You understand? A lot of people use it for ukuthwala. So I think best way for you, don't just do that ritual first. Just look, just hambo hlola in any way, ubone ukuthi iza kanjani, iziveza kanjani, so that you can be able to know ukuthi should you do it ngale ndlela eza ngayo, or is there any other way that we can do it to prevent the accident. But it does cause the accident. Water spirits or water element do have this, especially when it comes to accidents, when it comes to sometimes, guys, you just and then you chayisele and then you hit this child. Hey guys, this thing is not as jokeful as you make it up to be. So I would suggest that you just seek some sort of lento confirmation. Don't just go I don't want you to lose your soul just because begui instruction. With inkanyamba, it's very tricky. It's very tricky. You can fall into the other side. So please check it out, guys. So sorry about that. I need to cut all of you out. We'll do the Q&A Thursday spiritual session next week. I just need to be. Thank you so much.